Hey guys, it's Jenny here, and yes, this is the second post of the day today in our It's Time for Diamond group. This morning I posted a video for you to watch of Eric Worre talking about kind of the GoPro philosophy of how to recruit coaches for the network marketing business. Like I said in the post this morning, it's a little bit of an old school approach, but that's okay. I wanted you guys to get a feel for the kind of momentum that can happen from really shifting your focus to recruiting coaches. So I wanted to share with you a few things. I did a Diamond boot camp probably like 3 years ago with Christine Dwyer, and she started that group off with this quote that says, in order to want something you've never had before, you're going to have to do something you've never done before. And I think that's for some reason that just always resonates in the back of my mind. And it's always there, no matter if when I was shooting for Diamond, when I'm shooting for 2-star Diamond, when I'm shooting for 5-star Diamond, that keeps coming back into the back of my head. I'm going to have to continue to do things that I never have done before if I want something I've never had before. And so I wanted to share that with you because it's definitely made an impact in my life and in my business, and it's something that I always keep in the back of my head. So I also wanted to just tell you, since we're still toward the beginning of this group, that your belief in this business has to be way stronger than any negative feelings you have or any hesitations or objections that you might have. So I believe wholeheartedly, because I've seen the power of challenge groups, I've seen the power of the coaching opportunity and what it can do for my coaches. So I believe in it so strongly that it doesn't matter to me if I confront somebody or recruit somebody and they're not interested. I simply move on. So I want you to kind of assess, as we start in this group, your level of commitment and your level of belief. Are you okay with doing things that you've never done before so that you can have something you've never had before? And do you have the type of belief that it takes? Because your belief and your passion in this business is what other people see when you talk to them about wanting them to join your team. If it comes out kind of weird and icky, it could be because your belief is a little bit faltering. So that's how I wanted to start off. I also wanted to tell you that I wanted to tell you this little story. So I always think that my husband is just the most brilliant person ever, even though I can't seem to get him to work the business that much. He's a full-time teacher and coach, so it's not a priority for him. But he's very supportive of my business, and we're constantly talking back and forth about things that are happening with my coaches and my challenge groups. And I was telling him this about this person that I ran across on social media. We have a lot of common friends, and we're Facebook friends, but I've never known her. I've actually never met her in person. I seem to know a lot about her just through social media. And I said something to him about, gosh, I think she'd just make such a great coach. I just feel like I know her well enough to know that she's the right person. She's the right person I'm looking for. And if you remember from the Andrea Crowder video yesterday, we should have our eyes open to the people that we think would fit our team. And so I was telling him about this person, and he literally looked up from his computer and he was like, why don't you just ask? Why don't you just ask her if she'd ever be interested? And I was like, well, why would I ask her? I was like, we've never had a conversation. We've never, we've, kind of gone back and forth on commenting on each other's posts. But I was like, I don't even really know, I don't even know if she's interested in Shakeology or if she's never done a challenge group. Like, why would I just go out of my way to ask her? I was like, she'll probably say no because she's not interested. And I caught myself doing exactly what I don't want you to catch yourself doing. I caught myself kind of creating the objection before it ever happened. And also, what Chris had to say to me was just really profound. He said, why do you assume that she wouldn't be interested? Why don't you assume that she would be interested? And so I want you to approach this, we're talking a lot about recruiting over the next couple weeks. We're talking a lot about attraction marketing. I want you to realize that most of the time, our issue with inviting comes with the fear of rejection and comes with this sort of approach that that we're going to have to defend what it is that we're interested in sharing, and that we're going to have to defend the coaching opportunity, when really we should be approaching it from the perspective that this person is interested. So when someone messages you on Facebook, even if it's about a challenge group, not necessarily a coaching opportunity, do you automatically think, oh my gosh, I have to be on my guard and ready to handle anything they might say about price or timing or whatever it is they might say? If you do, change your mindset. Everybody that messages you on Facebook is interested. They wouldn't message you if they weren't interested. So I think sometimes we go into it a little bit too negatively without even thinking about it. We think that we assume disinterest, we assume an objection versus assuming someone is interested. So think about all the people in your life that you want to share this with and just go to them assuming that they might be interested. The last thing I want to tell you is, I don't know about you, but flattery really goes a long way. I have a neighbor of mine. He's actually, he owns a business, and so we talk quite a bit about business stuff. And he called me last week randomly. I didn't even know the guy had my phone number. But he called me last week, and he told me that, he said, oh, I just want to tell you that my business is doing this, what do they call it, like intramural volleyball league, and we're getting our team lined up for the volleyball team, and I just thought you would make a great player on our team. And I was like, oh, I hate volleyball. And so I said, oh, I was like, well, I'm flattered, but I really am pretty terrible at volleyball. And he said, oh, I just can't believe that. You know, you're into fitness, you love to work out, you're just so fit. I just thought maybe you'd be interested in doing it. And plus, you know, you're a social butterfly, you like to meet new people. I thought it would be a perfect opportunity. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is because it gave me another light bulb moment. People tend to be flattered when you introduce them to the coaching opportunity, when you approach it from the perspective of sharing with them why you think they'd be interested. I can remember Christine Dwyer talking in that same boot camp about how if you go to someone and say, hey, I know that you would make a really fantastic coach. I've been doing this for X amount of time, and I can just see a great coach a mile away, and I just know that you'd be fantastic at this because you have X, Y, and Z attributes. And I just thought I'd share this with you. Worst case scenario, you say no and we can move on and still be friends, but I just wanted to let you know that I think you'd be a fantastic coach. I think that when we go to people with that mentality, assume they're interested, and also flatter them with compliments, because it's true. The reason we like them and we want them to be a part of our team is because we see those attributes. So don't be afraid to share those. Okay? So this is a really long-winded way of saying I'm excited about this group. I wanted to do a little bit more than just sharing that Eric Worre video with you today. So I hope this has been helpful. Just remember that number one, your belief in this business has to be stronger than any excuse and any objection. Number two, always assume that people are interested versus uninterested. And last but not least, flattery goes a long way. Telling people why you like them and why you care about them and why you follow them and why you think they'd make a great coach goes a long way. So take that into the next 2 weeks with you. I hope this has been helpful, and I will see you again tomorrow. Thanks, guys.